Welcome to my channel. I am the Pink Flamingo. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are a new subscriber or a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I appreciate all of the support. And we're about to get into the royal shenanigans right now. Now, for the people who have been on top of their royal news, I'm sure I'm not going to share anything that you haven't already heard. But Rose, honey, is out in these streets. And she's out here with Camilla. Now, from what they're saying about rose bushes, is that she attended the badminton horse trials with a special invite from Queen Camilla. Now, I know the royals were there supporting Zara, Princess Anne's daughter, who is an equestrian. I think that's what you referenced them as. You know, the lady on the horse. And she was there doing her thing. And anyone and everyone who was affluent seemed to have been at this particular event. And they did get a photo op of Rose, Queen Camilla, and Charlotte Tilbury. So that's the redhead that was in the photo. Now, Charlotte Tilbury, if you don't know who she is, she's the woman with the makeup line, a very successful makeup line at that. But she was definitely the woman with the makeup line. And I think, unfortunately, she got caught in this mix. And now the rumors are bubbling as to who she is and what she's doing there. When unfortunately, I just think she was trying to say hello to Queen Camilla and she got caught up in this photo. Now, for the people who are very concerned about Rose being out and about with Camilla when Catherine is nowhere around, I don't think we should be too concerned, only because this has been going on for a long while. Now, you see, the coronation, honey, is what we need to talk about. The coronation was where the mean girl energy was very much so alive. Now, people were saying Catherine showed up to this event to be very mean to Queen Camilla, and that's why she showed up late. But I have a different angle on that story. Now, you see, this is what really happened. Now, at the coronation, it's considered to be a very exclusive thing, and you can only be invited by either the king or the queen. And Rose had gotten an invitation to this particular event. Now, I know Catherine more than likely heard that Rose was going to be in attendance. And I'm thinking it ticked her all the way off. And when Rose was extended with the privilege of your son can participate in this coronation, I think that was the other thing that ticked Catherine off. So if you take a look at some of the coronation photos, honey, where the balcony is, and they say the royals are the only one that's supposed to be on this balcony. Well, let's just say William and King Charles has all the boys in between them, and Oliver was one of them, Rose's son. So I think Catherine got wind that this was all going to occur, and she lost it. Now, being the woman that Camilla is, she must have called up Catherine just to make sure to figure out what it was that Catherine was wearing. Because, you know, the royals, they kind of do that. Queen Elizabeth dressed Catherine for years, pretty much. So I'm sure Camilla got on the phone and she said, Catherine, what is it you're wearing to my coronation? She must have told her exactly what she was wearing. She got on the phone with Rose and she said, Rose, do you know that Catherine is going to wear a tiara similar to that of your tiara? Now, take a look at this photo. Honey, the tiaras are the same. Now, Catherine did that to be shady. But Rose had another trick up her sleeve, honey. She showed up to the coronation wearing what Catherine wore the day before at a press run. Now, these women are very petty, honey. Rose was in the same black and white outfit with the same shoes. Now, it was a case of this chick stole my look. But I'll say this, the pettiness has been going on since the coronation. So I'm not surprised that Camilla, BFF, is now Rose. They seem to have a lot in common. And from what I know, she's always hated Catherine. So let us get into the cards, honey, and get the energy. But am I surprised? No, not at all. So I'm going to get a couple cards and see what the energy is for Camilla and Rose. Let's see what falls out of their energy, how Rose is feeling, how Camilla is feeling. What's their angle? Now, I think most of us already know their angle, but hey, we'll see what Spirit says. All right, Spirit, give me a few cards for this situation. Let me know about Rose and Camilla. Rose Hanbury and Queen Camilla. What is their angle? Anything in their energy? Anything in Rose's energy? Well, you don't say. Any more cards for them? Anything in this energy, Spirit? I agree so far. Okay, there we go. So what I'm getting with those cards here is a couple of things. It's general energy. It seems like boundaries are coming up. Now, someone may have had a conversation with Rose or Camilla after this particular event, and it seems like someone is saying, listen, you need to put up boundaries, Camilla. You're starting to look bad. It's sending off red flags. People are paying attention to this friendship and your shadiness. I understand that there is a separation at hand. Broken heart. Now, speaking of Catherine, we don't really know what's going on with her, but Seer Spirit is letting us know there is a separation, right? Bringing in the new and taking out the old. And Spirit is letting me know the separation is very complicated. How they're going about it is going to be a complicated thing. But at some point, they're going to have to let the world know that Catherine and William are no more. It's complicated. And how you're doing it, you're sending off red flags to the public. Calm down already. Oop, my card fell out, but I'll get it. Put up your boundaries. You're not looking good as queen. So that's what I got. Someone must have been talking to Camilla about this. Not sure whom. It seemed like Queen Camilla doesn't really think when she's throwing shade. And I don't think she realizes that she's not really favored. So whoever it was, maybe her PR team, whoever works for her personally, said, listen, this was a very bad move. You got to set up these boundaries, Camilla. It has to start. You're not looking good. The public says red flags. This is weird. Something's going on. We know this separation has to take place. We have to make the announcement that Catherine is either no more. Unfortunately, let's hope that's not the case. Or William and her are no more. And it's going to be very complicated for the people of the UK. This might backfire on you. So I'm going to put shuffle again and see what else I can pull out of this energy. All right, Spirit, anything else for Camilla's energy and Rose? Any intentions? What can we find out about this? Rose and Camilla. I know that they're probably being talked to about how it is they're going about things. What's going on? Camilla, Queen Camilla, and Rose Hanbury. What else is sitting around this energy? Okay. What else, Spirit? Couple more cards for this energy. Queen Camilla and Rose Hanbury. What do you have to say about this, Spirit? Rose Hanbury. That card wanted to jump. Camilla, Queen Camilla, and Rose Hanbury. Anything around this particular energy? Camilla, Rose Hanbury. Okay, so I got a few cards. Just a second. I'm just going to pair them up together. So what I'm getting is, as you can see, they're trying to soft launch this thing, right? They're trying to get us to grow into liking Rose. But when I did the reading on the media, you guys had seen that also, that it was coming up that William had control of the media and this was strategic. And if you haven't watched that, go check it out. But a card identifying Rose also fell out of that reading. Now, with this, I'm getting idea, inspiration, suggestion, and vision. So, Camilla is attempting to soft launch Rose. She's trying to help Rose look a little better, right? So we got the inspiration, the suggestion, and the vision. So they're trying to give us the vision. They're trying to make it seem like Rose is a wholesome woman, and she's been around the family, and she's been supportive of the family. I got the good news. And with the good news, the word that applies on here is the surprise. They're giving us the element of surprise. Like, wow, she's going to be coming through. As if we already don't see it coming. So it's not so much of a surprise. But what Spirit is saying is, most of us are seeing the evidence, the detection, the investigation, and the proof. We're already seeing the proof in the pudding. We've been here. And the reason why we've been here is because we have the memory of Diana and Camilla. Camilla seems to forget that she was Rose. And to us, this does not have an element of surprise, and it will not have that because we already know better. We're going off of the memory. We know the sign. We can tell by the signs. And of course, the word that also applies on here is the consciousness. We are awake. We are not sleeping. Now, what they're trying to give us is the friendship. So am I surprised the card is coming out for this? No, because this is what they're trying to give us. They're trying to give us as, oh, we're really good friends. And we're still going, but where's Catherine? Now, this, of course, is upsetting people, right? There's the offense, the unpleasantness. So whether this is the public in the UK that's a little bit upset and disappointed in Queen Camilla, which is probably why the boundaries card and the other cards came out for her. I'm sure she knows at this point, based on the media, that people are letting her know the soft launching that she's attempting to do is upsetting people. People are making a big deal of this, as they should. People are offended. There's offense and unpleasantness that comes with this. But she got one job and one job only, and that's to bring through the blessing. Not the blessing for us, but the blessing for William. The fulfillment. The enlightenment. Because this is what he wants. He wants to bring about the separation. He wants a new beginning. He wants to separate from Catherine. He wants his name not to be attached to that woman anymore. But of course, Spirit said it's complicated. People don't forget. People have memories. They remember Diana's story. And of course, it's going to upset the public. And you're sending off the red flags. People are now seeing the evidence. Something is not right. So this is what I'm getting from my 2 oracle decks. And are we surprised? I don't think so. You know, for some reason, Camilla seems to think that, you know, we all forgot about her story. And no, we have not. We have not. Now, I'm going to get into another particular deck. And I'm going to get into my archetype deck because I really want to know what they actually think of each other. Now, they could actually think some of the worst things about each other. But they do have one common enemy, it seems like, and it's Catherine. So to me, what Queen Camilla is doing is, I don't like Catherine, but I will work with you, you know, if it means to insult Catherine. And as a matter of fact, it might put a good spot in the eyes of William for me. So just in case Charles croaks, I've already done a great thing for William. I've assisted him with the soft launching of Rose. So right now I feel, as much as people don't think Charles is sick, I actually think he is. And I think Camilla is kind of lining her ducks up just in case it takes a turn for the worse. He might not be gravely sick right now, but she is preparing herself for the worst so that when it does come into fulfillment, if it does. Now, I know William's going to have a bit of difficulty when it comes to becoming king. Because from what I've seen in the cards, the family is not a real big, they're not thrilled about it, you know? But if he happens to get in the chair and the monarchy is still standing and it's not burnt to a crisp after this, because I'm sure if Catherine is not well, not alert, and not with us, I don't think the people of the UK are going to want any more of this monarchy, to be quite honest. But Camilla is strategic and she's getting her ducks in a row. Now, I'm going to see what it is that Camilla actually thinks of Rose. Because I don't know if she really likes her. It just seems like a double-edged sword kind of thing. It's like, I get to get back at Catherine because I hate her. And I also get to get on William's good side. So if something happens to Charles, there'll always be a spot for me. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. All right, Spirit. Give me some cards here based on Camilla's opinion. How she really looks at Rose. Well, how does she really look at Rose? Any cards for that? Does she see herself in Rose, Queen Camilla? What does she think of Rose? Good things? Bad things? What does she think of Rose? Rose Hanbury. Queen Camilla thinking of Rose. What does she think? What kind of woman does she think she is? Would she really hang out with her if this was not something she could gain something out of? And apparently they say she hangs out with Camilla's children. Very interesting. Oh, very interesting. Any cards to describe how she thinks of Rose? Queen Camilla thinking of Rose? Well, I can see how that would make sense. Pull a couple more cards here, and then I'll pull something else from my other deck. Queen Camilla. Okay. Seems like she got some great things to say about the woman, surprisingly. So what I got was the Defender card for her. The Epicure. The Outcast, the Apprentice, the Guide, and the Critic. And now I'm going to shuffle some more, and I'm going to see what else I can get out of my other one. What's here? I don't believe that is the right deck. Okay. Yep, this is the archetype. All right. Any more cards here, Spirit, as to how Queen Camilla feels towards Rose Hanbury? How does she really feel about this woman? I know she doesn't like Catherine very much, but how does she really feel? Sorry, guys. This is funny. That card just kind of did its thing, but I see why. I knew something was going to come. I was waiting for it. All right. Any more cards here, Spirit? Oh, wow. All right. So I get it. So I got the Defender card, which is hardworking, observant, practical skills, unassuming, deep sense of responsibility, supportive, reliable, and enthusiastic, and versatile. So what I see about this is more so her saying that Rose is observant. She might be supportive to her, she might be reliable, but she's very versatile. She can kind of work in to the family. I got the Epicure. She does think the woman is quite self-absorbed. She does have excuses. She's kind of uncommitted. She said intoxication. So Rose might be a little bit of a drunk. Overconsumption of things, whatever that is. She said the woman's impatient. She's unrealistic, gluttony, ungrounded. So she got some good things, some bad things to say. I got intense, form of independence, the underdog, which is what I believe applies, right? The underdog, the person that transforms their life for the better. As you can see, Rose currently is married to a very wealthy man. Now, word on the street is that this man is not really in a committed relationship with her because he kind of swings the other way. But Rose will do what's necessary to transform her life for the better. I got unique. Develop different ways to use mind and abilities. You don't say. Well, we can see how Rose is using her mind and her abilities, most definitely. The outcast. We got the apprentice. Minimal recognition, which we know we can see. Unpleasant task. Vulnerability. Overworked and underpaid. Look at that. And tough competition. Now I see how this card applies. The tough competition, of course, is Catherine. How are you going to get the people of the UK to like you when they love Catherine? That's hard. Overworked is what Queen Camilla thinks of her. Queen Camilla says, honey, you are so overworked. You are not recognized and you are underpaid. Catherine should not be this tough competition. I got the guide. Balance between head and heart. I don't know about some of this, but she thinks this. Divine, wise, sensible, shrewd, down to earth. Measured actions, skillful words, and awareness. Now, I think the words that I can probably think that more so would describe Rose would probably be the awareness. She's probably very skillful with her words. And probably wise and sensible in terms of the fact that to be strategic, to get into rooms, and to get people to like you, you kind of have to have a bit of some sensibleness. So maybe the woman has got a little bit of sense to her, you know? Critique. Debates different perspectives. Evaluates. She's very direct, assertive, a critical thinker. Opinionated. Open-minded, and she does have high standards. You don't say the woman's trying to be queen. You can't have a higher standard than that, honey, than trying to be queen. Now for the cards. The thirst trap. Attention seeker, needy, willing to sell their soul. Now, I don't have to explain that one to you. I'm sure you already know. Poaching, trespassing by any means, and taking what is not theirs. See, Spirit gives us the cards necessary. She's definitely trying to take what's not hers. That throne is definitely not hers. And that queen title is definitely not hers. But, like the other card said, she's willing to sell her soul. So whatever is going on with Catherine, she more than likely knows what it is, but she doesn't care. Now, as for the cyberbullying, this card reference attacking through words or posts, cancel culture. Now, what this card is referencing is more so the way she's going about attacking Catherine in the media. We just finished talking about the coronation and how when she found out Catherine would wear her tiara, she was very quick to wear the same outfit that Catherine wore the day before to a press run, you know? She came out with the woman's entire dress. So it's almost like, oh, you want to attack me? I'm going to attack you in the media as well. So she's not afraid. And we see Rose kind of shows up with no shame in the game. She's definitely using the media. And we see Camilla is soft launching her, right? So this is the kind of woman she is. So that's what I got in terms of what Camilla really thinks. It seems like Camilla sees a bit of herself in Rose based on the cards I'm pulling. Can I say I'm surprised? No, not really. So that's kind of her opinion on the lady. You see, some of these cards really do fit, especially the one with the tough competition. What else here? The high standards, the self-absorbed, overconsumption of things, unrealistic, ungrounded, gluttony, and intoxication. So it seems like, you know, Queen Camilla got a drinking partner, is what that looks like. And her simply wanting to sell her soul, not caring. You know, she doesn't care that she's trying to move a woman out of the way to try to get in her chair. She could care less. She's ruining family to do so. But I'm going to get into the energy of William. William and basically Rose here. I actually want to see what that relationship is really like. I've looked into Catherine's energy and William, but never have I looked into Rose's relationship. Now, I'm sure their relationship is not perfect. I'm sure he's not out here being the perfect man by Rose, because he wasn't a great man by Catherine. So I highly doubt he's this wonderful man. But we're going to do this quick little read, and we're going to see what comes out of the oracle for this relationship. All right, Spirit. Give me a few cards as to what Rose has experienced with William. What has her relationship been like with William? What kind of man has Prince William been to Rose Hanbury? Rose Hanbury and William's relationship. Prince William and Rose Hanbury's relationship. Oh, wow. Prince William and Rose Hanbury's relationship. Wow. Prince William and Rose Hanbury's relationship. Couple more cards here, Spirit. Prince William, Rose Hanbury. What is the energy here between those two? Okay. Now, this is what I'm getting. I got the beauty card. So this is how William actually looks at Rose. He thinks she's charming, graceful, and kind-hearted. He thinks she's a beauty. Now, that's up for debate. Personally, I think Catherine is a better looking woman, but that's my take. But William does have a type. I kind of think she gives me a little bit of that Jekka Craig vibe when I see Rose. But to each his own. I'm not saying the women are unattractive. I'm just saying Catherine's a bit, couple notches higher in the look department. But William likes what William likes. And he says she's a beauty. Now, I got the beginnings. Try again, new direction, and start over. So for them, this is a real situation. They are really thinking about leaving their situations, right? Her being married and him, we don't know where Catherine is, honey. But they're looking at this as a way to soft launch this new beginning of Rose and possibly William. And again, I'm getting the separation. The separation he's trying to create. Now, don't be surprised, guys, if we end up hearing that William's going through a separation and that Catherine needs her privacy. We might not even see Catherine, honey. He might just come out and say, you know what? Me and Catherine are going through separation and she needs her privacy. So please respect our privacy. And we might still be there going, but where's Catherine? This might be how he gets us ready for this announcement. And then we're going to hear later on that while they were going through separation, something happened to Catherine. Because right now, I really don't trust this man, and I'm getting a lot of these separation cards. We just got this, and now we're getting this. Separation. Now I'm getting depth. Importance, value, and awareness. So basically with this, Spirit is saying, I know it's hard to believe, but he's kind of put a little bit of importance on this relationship, right? He actually kind of thinks that this is of value to him. Now, I'm not William. I don't know what the heck it's about, but that is what he's giving spirit-wise. Now, I got the conflict card for them. So what I'm getting is there is a possibility, right? I don't think it's the incompatibility, even though that could be something Spirit is already letting us know that they will not work, right? But right now, what I think applies is the differences and the clashing, right? I think what Spirit is referencing here is the fact that she didn't want to be the side piece anymore. She got tired of being the side piece. And this is how the clashing occurred, right? You know, those kind of women where they're given the place of being the side piece, but that's just not enough. They want to make sure that they're the wife, even though they know the man has a wife. She was tired of holding that position. And that caused the confusion. The uncertain, the unclear, and the unsure. So, William probably was not sure about leaving Catherine, is what I'm getting. It caused the conflict. He really was juggling between leaving his wife and paying attention to Rose. Now, we don't know where Catherine is, right? And this is scary. But I'm getting the card of healing for William, as if he thinks, hopefully Catherine is still with us, but it's as if he's thinking, now that there's no Catherine, I have this cleansing that's occurred. I now can get rid of what it is that I don't want. I'm cleansed. My healing begins. The new beginnings. Out with the old, in with the new. So this is how he looks at this relationship. He almost feels as if Rose is bringing about cleansing to him. He's looking at Rose as a new beginning. Even though this woman there's a possibility she might never be queen. But something about this situation is making him feel free. And we can see that because he's running around, he's drinking at the pubs, and he's acting like Catherine is not missing. So basically what I'm getting from these cards are, this separation is in motion. I got 2 cards of separation. They're soft launching this thing like you would not believe. And they're really trying to make us feel that Catherine is okay with this or something. And they're going to continue to try. And then we got the card of Camilla doing the friendship thing. And, oh, we're just great friends. So they're warming us up slowly for this new beginning. The try again, the new direction, the start over for William. For William's so-called cleansing. That's the way he looks at it spiritually. Now, I'm going to get into the depth of this relationship because I'm sure they got their problems. And we didn't see the incompatible. So Spirit might be also referencing the fact that this crap might not even work. You know? But I'm going to see what this relationship is really like. I personally don't believe that his relationship is any better with Rose. You know, once a man is that way, they don't change. Especially from what I've seen in those cards, from the DV to everything else. So if Rose hasn't got her dose of it, honey, it's coming. But let's shuffle up, get a couple cards for the relationship, and see what it is that Rose is actually experiencing, what they're like with each other. Spirit says maybe incompatible. Who knows? Let's see. All right, Spirit, give me a couple of cards for William, Prince William, and Rose Hanbury's relationship. Give me a couple cards for this relationship. Just a couple. You don't say. Give me a couple cards for this relationship. Prince William and Rose Hanbury. What's this relationship like? Behind closed doors. What is this secret relationship like? Got something on my table there. Rose. Okay. Well, I'll take all of these. All right. So I got lights out. Perception of reality is distorted and therefore ignores all the signs and stays stagnant, refuses to be open-minded. Truth be told, what Spirit is giving me in this card is both of their reality about this relationship is very distorted. They're trying to soft launch this thing like it's a great thing, as if the people are going to warm up to this. So the both of them kind of are somewhat delusional, is what Spirit's giving me here. You know? Perception of reality distorted. Ignores all the signs. I got the investigator. Investigates person's background, inquires about family and friends, over imposing, curiosity, asks personal questions. Now, the investigator energy I'm getting is Rose. So, Rose, to a degree, he's a married man, but she stays investigating through Camilla, more than likely, what's really going on with William and his marriage. So, we know this has been going on for a little while, and they're saying she might have the love child. But as I did the reading on Catherine's marriage, it looks like there was reconciliation happening between William and Catherine. Now I'm getting the investigator card in this energy between Rose and William. So what it's letting me know is while Catherine was working on her marriage with her husband, and William could have tried to be actively working on that marriage as well, this woman was busy investigating through friends and family, trying to figure out what the heck is going on with them. Maybe stirring the pot a bit. I got the Phoenix Rising. Transform after dark night of the soul, reborn from the ashes, focus, determination of working on oneself. So this is Rose's energy again, right? The Phoenix Rising, it's almost like that broken bird where it's like you've been put down before. And I can see how this applies only because there was rumors in the past that they had an ongoing relationship and it seemed like it died out. And now it's like a rebirth of her, right? She's like the phoenix that's rising from the ashes. I got the rebound card for her. Moves quickly from one relationship to another. Does not heal from previous connection. Detached lover. Now, this could be actually the both of them, right? Rose is already to move on, but for her, she might have been somewhat already over her husband. But the energy that's coming from her is she hasn't really sat down and thought this all the way through. Like Spirit is saying, they're delusional in this card, right? Their perception of reality is very distorted. They're both doing this rebound thing with each other. They're moving quickly and they're not thinking it through. And neither is William. He doesn't realize how this is going to affect him and the image it's going to give off to the public. Now, the fixer-upper is coming up. Becoming fixated on fixing a person by loving them, or becoming the perfect partner, the savior complex, on an all-time high. Now, what this card is giving me energy-wise is basically Rose is trying to be everything that William wants her to be. And like I've seen in the cards, the man likes to kind of swing both ways. Now, she's already accustomed to this. So she has a bit of that savior complex where it's I'm willing to put up with that, whatever it is that you want to do so I can sit on the throne. She has a fixation on trying to love him and fix his problems, right? William is a broken individual. She has convinced herself she can fix him and make him a better person. Catherine couldn't do this, but she's convincing herself mentally that she can. Right? Now, we've seen in the cards, there's different things that are coming up. I'm sure there is verbal as well as, DV. Now, I'm sure what's happening is she has not experienced any of that as yet. Because I'll say this, a lot of those side chicks or home wreckers, they don't get to see that side of that man until they're in a real relationship with him. Because when these women come around, all they get is the cake with a cherry on top. It's always a good time. We're here to have fun and roll around in bed. Now, when that energy disappears, and let's say Catherine and him separates, and Catherine as well, hopefully we're not going to get the other news that we all think, but let's say they decide to soft launch this, they're already working on it, and it comes into full effect. When she becomes this wife, or this main girlfriend, the main girlfriend that Camilla was playing for all those years, this is when she will get the dose of reality. Because right now, she's not dealing with reality. She got an odd perception. Sorry guys, let me just get that. So right now, yeah, she's being the fixer-upper. Don't worry, William, you'll be fine. I'll put a Band-Aid on it. I'll make it better. She's probably heard all of the stuff that he's capable of, and she's probably delusional. She's thinking that whatever happened to Catherine won't happen to her. So this is what I'm getting energy-wise from this situation. And this is just the first couple cards I pulled on this relationship. Right? As you can see, the ugly is not really present. And I have used this deck to read Catherine's marriage, and the ugly cards come out. The ugliest of them come out. Her cards are not so ugly. We're getting all of this new beginnings, and she's a beauty, and the time right now she's valued. But wait until William gets her and he's had enough of her, right? Right now they're in the beginnings. So everything is perfect, right? William thinks he's upgrading and he's healing. He can release. He can be through with Catherine. He can finally live his best life and swing from the chandelier. But Spirit is saying they're both delusional doing this. They really have a very poor idea of how this is going to turn out. They don't realize that their perception is not in reality. So that will be my reading on William's relationship with Rose and the energy that Camilla has, right? Camilla said a lot of things about Rose, a lot of good things and a lot of bad things, right? We got the thirst trap. She was saying attention seeker, needy, and willing to sell their soul. So she knows. But Camilla's not one to judge. We got the trespassing card for her, right? Trespassing by any means. Taking what is not theirs. So these two cards most definitely apply. And Spirit is already saying people are talking to Camilla behind the scenes. They're telling her, listen, you got to put up boundaries. You're not looking very good as the people's queen. The people are upset with you, Camilla. This is not a good look. You're triggering them. They're starting to remember the days. Right? You're bringing back the memories of when you did this to Diana. Put your boundaries up, honey. You got to stop. You're sending off red flags. Now, that will be my reading. Let me know what you guys think about this friendship. Now, I know what it's about. She's trying to help William out because William wants to separate. He wants to start these new beginnings, right? He wants these new beginnings. He wants to be done with Catherine. He wants to detach his name. He wants to make it seem as if Catherine has never existed. right? He wants us all to forget there was ever a Catherine, there was ever a Princess of Wales. This is what he wants. Both decks. Separation from this woman. Now, whether this woman is well and alive to do a divorce, that's another argument, that's up for debate. But he wants to separate his name. He no longer wants to be with this woman. He just wants us to see him as regular old William. He wants the beginnings. He wants to be released from being the husband and the father. He just wants to be William, the single man, who's free to do what he wants to do. And his father has somewhat put down the example. And Camilla has gotten away with it. So he thinks he can repeat history. But Spirit is saying the memories is very triggering. It's triggering to the people of the UK. It's upsetting them. They do not want this crap. If he goes through with this might be it for him. It may be done. Memories, fury. The people are not going to forgive him for this. They're not going to overlook this. All right, well, let me know what you all think. You think William's going to get away with this and sit on the throne? Or do you think the people of the UK are going to basically stand up now? Now that this is the second time around that the royal family seems to want to just recycle the women. Use the women to give birth, move them on out, and bring in the new. It seems like when the women give birth, they've done their job. And then we could just bring in whatever the hell it is that we want, and then that's fine. So, let me know what you all think. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And I will be back to do Catherine's read in a little bit. I might drop a couple other royal readings, but we will do Catherine and we will do the night of her disappearance, just to give you all a heads up. So subscribe, hit the like button, leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Camilla and her angle. Let me know what you think about William's current relationship with Rose. Do you think it's going to work? Do you think it's going to last the test of time? Until next time, bye-bye.